There's this saying that I grew up saying, people saying, money talks. And that point could not really make sense like at this moment. Yes, indeed, money talks. Of course, money is not everything, but if you don't have money, my brother, my sister, there are many things that you may not be able to achieve. And I've said that money is not everything, but money is also very important. And that's something that I I want to demystify here, that though money is not everything, but money also matters. It's very much important, because without money there are many things that you might not be able to achieve, because the transaction currency is money. For you to get that food, it's money. For you to go to school, it's money. And so money matters. And that's why in this particular channel we discuss money matters, and discuss it openly, and find out what can we do to make sure that we get this money. What can we do to make sure that we are not really left out? Now, I want to share a story which I think many can relate. I don't know, it depends with different cultures, but because I'm a Kenyan, if I share this story, it will relate with you quite well. In a family setting, whenever there are family meetings, because different families have different meetings, where family will meet together and discuss issues about the family. Possibly they are doing something together, they're doing a project together, they're having family meetings, and all those things. This is very much common, that every year we will have families having family meetings, whether it is in between the year or the beginning of the year or during Christmas, for them just to check up on each other and all those things. They always have something. Possibly there's a wedding, or there's a project they're doing as a family. And let me tell you something. These family meetings are dominated, or they are really dictated by the people who have money. For example, if you have a meeting, let's say for example you are a family of 5, and we have the firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, fourthborn, and fifthborn. And then the lastborn, for example, the lastborn, the fifthborn, is the guy who has money. It's the guy who has this nice job. It's the guy who has business and he has money. The firstborn doesn't have a job, or possibly the earning is little bit a little. And you have a meeting, and then it happens that the firstborn is not around. You can discuss as many points as you can. You can discuss as many you can make as many decisions as you can. You can decide so many things. But what happens is that even after you have discussed, you will hear the rest of the brothers or sisters saying, we need to wait until the last born comes, because his points are valid. Because they want to hear what is their take, or what is the last born take, who has money. And when you look at it, you find out of 5, we had 4 people who were present, so the quorum was enough. But the reason why they have to wait for the decision of the last born is because the last born is the one who calls the shot. And he doesn't call the shot because he's the last born, he calls the shot because he has money. And so they will keep on saying, oh, let's get to hear what so and so is saying. And whatever that person says becomes the final. Why? Because they have the money. Now remember, in this group of 5, we also have the firstborn, who the fact that he's the firstborn should have a little bit of say. But because they don't have money, they can't speak in this meeting. Even their points are not valid. And so, of course, that is not a good practice. There should be equality. But let me tell you something. In many societies, I have observed the people who have money have a say. And that's why I'm trying to say that please never ignore that fact of money. Don't say, I don't need to have money. Please look for money. Tafuta pesa. And that is why Swahili word, which basically means tafuta pesa. Because if you don't have money, nobody will listen to you. Nobody will listen to you. I've observed in so many instances. There's a joke. There's a video comedy which I've seen. People making a comedy and saying, when a rich person is called to speak in a meeting where there are many people, once the person just holds the mics and says, coughs, for example, people clap. Or even when he says, today I want to talk about this and this, people people clap. Why do they clap? They clap because money, I mean, they know the value of this person. And so please, the point I'm bringing out is that let us not ignore the issues of money. Money matters. It talks. It talks. You go to a place. And of course, that should not be the case. But I'm trying to say that don't just be at the fence and say, oh, I don't need to have money. You need to have it. I'd rather you have it and then you try to demystify the issue. So money is very much important. Money matters. Money matters. You know, I'm a Christian, and I've heard sometimes Christians we go overboard, and we normally say, I've heard people saying, the Christian circle saying, oh, you know, we trust in Jesus Christ, and our focus is in heaven. We are going to heaven, and some people will even say, oh, we don't need those cars, we don't need money, because those things are passing by. Our focus is in heaven. Very true. And I believe that all of us are going to heaven. But the truth is that God has not put us here just to be passers-by. God has put us here to live and enjoy whatever that is here. And I remember one of the politicians in Kenya said, for me, I do not want to say, even if these cars are passing by, for this world, let them pass in my place. Wacha hizi magari zipitie kwangu. And that's what I'm also trying to say. Please, let that money come. Use it properly. Don't be proud. Be humble. But seek for that money because it matters. If you don't have money, please observe. Look at the way people treat you. But if you have something, the truth is that you will be in a better place. And let me just share with you a few points about issues of money. You know, money gives you freedom, guys. Of course, not total freedom, but it gives you a sense of freedom. You can imagine now you don't have money, you don't have anything else. I'm going to tell you that your freedom will be a bit more curtailed. So money gives you freedom. It helps you to make choices, because without financial stress, you can imagine now. You know, I'm taking this video, and even after taking this video with my camera, I'll need money to upload it. I need to buy bundles. I need to pay for my Wi-Fi. So without money, you can't even be able to watch this video. And so money gives you freedom. It gives you an opportunity to make choices. Also, money gives you a sense of security. It will cover unexpected expenses and plan for the future. There are many expenses that come along the way. You want to move from point A to point B. Of course, you can walk, but there are places where you cannot be able to go unless you have money. Money will give you open opportunities to invest in yourself, travel, and explore new experiences. I'm doing this video during Christmas time or during holidays. The reason why I've not gone for the holiday is because I don't have enough money for the holiday. If I had money, I would be doing this video somewhere in a nice hotel. I would be doing this video in another country. And that's what I'm trying to say. Let us face it. The reality of getting money is very much important. Kwa hivyo wacheni tutafute pesa. Tutafuteni pesa. Let's look for money. I was talking to someone and that person was telling me, sometimes we complain so much and we say, oh, you know, there's no money. But I've realized that some people have money. Some people actually have a lot of money. It is you who doesn't have the money. Even when you complain about the economy, it is you who doesn't have the money. So find a way of looking for that money, of course, in the right way. So money will give you comfort, enjoy basic needs, and some luxuries. Sometimes you want to go and enjoy yourself, and so you can only do that if you have money. If you don't have money, then you are just there. And lastly, money will help you in achieving some goals, achieve financial milestone and dreams. There's something you're planning to do. You're planning to buy a dream car. You're planning to build a dream house. Planning to travel to a dream destination. Guys, you cannot do that without money. And that's why in this channel, Smart Bosco, we discuss openly about it. And remember, I've said this. I'm not championing saying that you cannot do some things without money. Of course, you can. But you cannot rule out the question of having money, because when you have money, you've got that upper hand. You will speak, people will hear you. In these family meetings, your opinion will matter. Wait until you don't have anything. Even when you have a very valid point, even when you have a very good plan, good advice, nobody's going to listen to you. Money matters. It is time for us to discuss about money openly. And apart from discussing about money openly, it is time for us to find out how can we generate that money. See you in my next one.